Oh, okay, I'm streaming. Oh god. Let me adjust some things. You know, I think that background noise is pretty tough. It's my AC, so I mean if it's too annoying, I will turn it off. Yo, what's up, Tobin? Do you hear my AC right now? And if so, is it like pretty annoying, or is it fine? It's very much so, but it's not annoying. Is that what you said? It is a bit loud? Okay. I think once my room temperature reaches the level that it's set to go at. Oh my god, the level the level that it's set to go at, then it'll quiet down. Jesus Christ. But yeah, you know, we're just gonna be doing some coding stuff. This and that, and then that and this, and then coding here and there, you know. Yep. Yeah, here's one of the first things. But how are you doing, Tobin? I know we talked literally yesterday, but so much can happen in a single day. It's you never realize like how crazy the world is. Okay, but this is the first thing I'll probably do. I think what I'll do is I'll switch my method to option 2 real quick. Just slightly. It's a minor tweak to what I was doing. But yeah, let's just do that. I mean, it's gonna be something like, oh, I have another idea too, because I want to do the way that I show. I think that'll work. You doing already? Nice. Oh, I need to make a new incognito window. Localhost. Web dev. Okay. Oh, let me open Discord so I show. Why? Why what? Oh, but don't show anybody the secrets of Discord. No leaking this time. Okay. We were gonna do this, and that. We were gonna do some stuff. So I was gonna forget password. Oh, incognito, because when I'm developing stuff, if I go on incognito, then none of my extensions will load, except for the ones that I want, which is just nice because it'll it removes minor issues that happen. It's one of the strats. Okay, this is loading. Oh, wait, there's a bug. That's why. Which is fine. It's a fine bug to do. Okay, here we got toy turtles. Oh crap. There's a weird, there's just a weird like little thing that happens, and I don't know when it happens, but this just randomly closes sometimes. I don't know why. But yeah, you know, we got some abomination. Like this has 4 eyes. It has a freaking tumor right here. The smallest ears. They're little nubs. Like this is horrifying. Like to be honest, like this is. And this thing, like that leg is like very deformed. This thing is barely a turtle. Yeah, I'm just roasting like freaking AI generated stuff. It's so weird to me. Oh, user not found? What the hell? Oh, of course, user not found, because we got to do, what is that called? P-scale connect core dev. Now it'll work. Okay, toy turtles again. Only 2. Like, every single time, this, like, is just so crazy to me. How this only has 1 eye. Just spooky. Okay, this should work, and then it should send me a verification. Excuse me. Verification email. I also want to send... I want to create a whatchamacallit. Yeah, so I want this to be an anchor as well. I have a little bit of, like, worry. Like, I got a little bit of, just, I guess, angst about the fact that, like, all of this stuff, like, every single, most component, yeah, pretty much every component that I made so far, like title, anchor, text, so on and so forth, I have to redo at some point for mobile. But a skill that I've learned is to basically compartmentalize what I should worry about it at any given time. So I don't have to worry about that right now because that's not my problem. It's a future me problem. Okay, so let's do like some magic, you know, let's do hint dot like split on the @ symbol and then say 1. Right, would that work? Can we do like that? Oh, and then you absolute silly person. We got a new tab. We gotta also do, what's up, Agibski? We got Tobin and Agibski, 2 OGs. So YS in this. We'll do it like this. YS in this. We'll do it like this. Then this. I think let's go like that. Because what I want to do, and actually let me actually go log in with my AWS real quick. Yeah, so YFeedX sent me a verification code on my phone that I can that I see, but I gotta get my phone. I gotta use the Authenticator app, W app, to be honest. Quite a W app. Yeah, so AWS constantly logs me out, and I'm not mad because it's security, but it is annoying. You know, I think for most things that aren't so business critical, like, you know, just a simple account, like YFeedX accounts should never log out, like auto log out to where they force you to relog. They should always keep the session. But I found an actual big bug in my code from yesterday. Push-up cost needs to be reduced. I'll think about that. You know, I'll maybe, what is it, 800 right now? We could do like 690 or something. But oh yeah, we just want to test this again. So yeah, there was a major exploit that could have happened in my code because I was actually calculating the email hint on the client, which is very silly to do because it means that the actual full email was getting sent, but then it was just getting hidden like on the client, but that data still is getting fully sent, which is not what we want. We want to instead calculate it on the server, you know, because it's a very common dance that you have to do with this type of development, like application development. Like, you have to make sure that every single thing, like if you strip away all of the front end, everything that makes it pretty, like at the end of the day, you have to make sure that every single request that you want, like you got to make sure that everything is authenticated properly and you're not leaking anything, because someone could just take advantage of just the base like APIs. They could do stuff like that. So basically that's why I changed it over here. And I would have eventually found that out because it's a simple thing I would have realized, but I realized it a day after. And I like this idea of making the href like a thing that exists. So that means that now if you click on this, you'll go to the Gmail thing. So yeah, we're gonna do number 2. I'm gonna create option number 2, which means it'll be email 0 ****. You silly. You see how this one star is above the other? That's so hilarious, man. Yeah, so that's not what we want to do. We want like, can't you do this? Can't you in JavaScript, can't you JS get first char of string? Or do we have to, oh, char at, okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, this is fine. I mean, there is some issues that we would face. I mean, if email, we know for sure though that email is guaranteed, I think. Yeah, it's guaranteed to be something. It's gonna be, or actually it could be undefined. Hold on. I guess that's just because user could not exist. That's true. But then here though, we would detect if it's if email is not anything. So maybe just for the sake of my own sanity, we could say if, and I hate to do this, I think it's just because, oh, it still does that. I guess it's not smart enough to really realize what I'm trying to do. This is a common fault with TypeScript, is that it's not that smart. But yeah, we'll just do things like this and that. Now let's do it again. This time though, it should send like 7 *** at gmail.com. My God. Yeah, 7 *** at gmail.com. Now we got to change the actual text of the thing because it's no longer ending in. It is now sent to. It is now just this. So it was sent to this. They click on this, it'll take them to their main email, whatever that is. I think that makes sense to do. I can't like directly go into their like whatever the heck inbox that way. But yeah, I think that's also good because it keeps it consistent to like blue text equals links in people's mind. I'm not entirely sure if people would get confused by that. If I don't want to like kind of build up this trust with the user that blue equals like blue text equals link and then break it randomly. So I think that makes sense. And then here's the cool thing is that I can now go to my actual like thing and see if this says I can put in like my code, which is 335,970, and this should work correctly, which, hold on, it should have. Oh, it did because it didn't have any errors. But say if we do the same one again, it'll have invalid code because it deletes it after you do it the first time. But yeah, that sounds good. I also removed the entire like thing lighting up after you've done it, after you've entered everything, because I used to make everything light up to green, but then it doesn't make that much sense if you know, if like if the code ends up being incorrect. So I'm not exactly sure like how we're gonna fix that, or if we don't need it, or if we even need it, right? Because I think this is fine. It's such a minor detail that it doesn't really affect too many things, you know. So I think it's fine. I don't know, maybe it's like it'll have more dopamine for people, but that's fine. But yeah, so that's like if I look at like, you know, twitter.com, or not twitter.com, the waifudex location of that, I can't even see the actual thing, but people wanted option 2 the most, which was what I just did, which was doing it like this. And this is a minor thing. I'm gonna keep it like this for now, and if anything needs to be tweaked, I'll tweak it later. But yeah, we got emails working, which is amazing. I did that yesterday. Like, kind of got it working near the end of the day. And this is all horrible right now. Like, the way that I set this up is very temporary. It needs to be abstracted. Like, most logic like this can't live on the API level. It's not that good. But yeah, I don't know, what else is there to do? Make a summary video. So this is a thing I actually got to do. I gotta like do something, maybe today. Maybe we'll do this today on stream a little bit. I think I need to figure out like, not necessarily a script, but more like an overview of like what I'm gonna talk about. I need to like get all the details clear in my brain, so I can see like what's actually been happening since March. Like, what are the kind of, what's like the play-by-play basically, you know. And then all this other stuff is headache to me, so I'm just gonna not worry about that. And this also worked as well, like putting important in the beginning actually set the email for my Gmail as an important email, and it sent it to the main inbox, which is good. That's what I want. And yeah, I'm not gonna worry about making it pretty, because we could do this thing. We could do something called mailing.run, which will give us very pretty emails. You know, that'll be great, but not right now. I also made it so that now, yeah, so now the verification keys are attached to user IDs, UIDs, which is much more safe to kind of give out, because the client needs to remember what this is on the client. And that's fine. Like, it's fine for people to know other people's UIDs. It doesn't matter. Email is different though. It's not that good. Okay. I don't know, you know, we got some stuff. I'm actually gonna sit down. I'm gonna activate my hydraulic limbs. And just sit down and chill out, you know? We gotta chill. Today is all about chilling. It's a Tuesday. You know, that's correct, right? Yeah, it's a Tuesday. We just gotta chill today, that's all. This is nicer. It's you know, I like having less text on the front, on the top here. And this is great. This is also great because we can kind of, if this text is shown to like thousands of people and consistently across every time we send emails, then our domain will have high reputation. Which sucks actually if we ever want to change it. YMC. Yeah, that's common for brands. Like it's kind of like the Twitter meta where brands would like kind of say dumb stuff to go viral. Now they just make dumb videos and it goes viral because people are like, oh my god, no way, the official YMC account made this funny video. And it gets even worse with like things like Scrub Daddy and Duolingo. Like their content just devolves into the most just crazy stuff, nonsensical, just whatever the intern will think will get the most views. And I bet for them it has kind of increased sales, I bet, because they're more in the game about like, you know, increasing awareness to increase sales, because if they increase awareness, then anyone who's in the market for some dish cleaner or wanting to learn a new language, which are common things, will think to them first instead of other things like a basic scrub or like Rosetta Stone. You know, but it does affect their brand, because I kind of cringe at like Scrub Daddy and Duolingo. Like it kind of went overboard. I also don't know if I should talk straight into my mic. When I usually talk, I'm looking at my other monitor, which means that I'm looking away from my mic. And I wonder if that affects like my voice in some way. Because I'm not using a headset mic, I'm using just a, you know, a mic that's kind of pointing in my direction, sitting on my desk now. Oh, did you just go to the website? Someone? Let me see. Yeah, someone did. I don't know who this is, but move my mic. Well, my setup is very it's like optimized, heavily optimized. Like there's no room basically. Like this is the only space for it. Oh, that actually reminded me of a good idea. Because we still have things like middlewares that we gotta kind of figure out. I'm gonna remove this. So we got middlewares that yeah, I don't know, Is there some way we could do this or that or something? I don't know. Okay, I think let's do that first, because that's my first idea. It's to basically kind of copy what this does. We don't need to care about that no more. This should be max now. This should be a number. This should be... Why is it like that? Why did I do it like that? Oh, it's... Huh. No, it's gonna be a number. Or 120. Rate limit, we'll set it to like that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So then it'll be parsed, and it'll always equal a number. I wonder if that can be inferred. No, it can't. So yeah, you know. I'm having a bit of issue with TypeDScript. As always, you know, TypeScript is crazy. Can we just go like that? Please? Oh, I guess we can. If that's the case, then can we do like that as well? No, we can't. You see, this is how TypeScript tricks me every single time, because I'm like, oh yeah, that'll work. But I haven't waited like the 2,000 milliseconds that it takes, or 2,000 hours, is what I meant to say. That it takes to update, you know, the basic linting. Now, I don't know. I think saying stuff as string is better, and we're gonna actually see if this is too big of an issue coming up here. But yeah, I think like this is pretty good, and we'll actually see if like, I guess just simply doing this again will let us know. Gotta look for teacups. If it lets us go through, which it did, we should have no issues. It should send me a new email. If you guys just heard that, it's a good old 740114, and that'll have no errors, which means it is correct. Now it will. Okay, everything is working. And here's one of the things, like, if max is equal to -1, we want to disregard everything and just return next straight away. So say like skip rate limit if max is negative. So let's actually make it just we'll never do this personally, but just to make it like, let's just say less than 0. Now let's do something where we go like, oh, you know, let's say this, we'll then kind of give this an input, right? So this will be input z dot, actually I don't, this is the wrong way to do it actually. Let me think. Oh no. Well, if we can, let's actually just say temporarily. So temporarily, let's look at the actual query we got. Let's look at the actual TRPC So let's say the const route equals this, so that we can reuse it. And this will give, an undefined potentially, so yeah, like, let me see. We don't need to look at, so actually this is a mistake. We should just, all we need to say is simply, like route dot start or dot includes, like if it includes an exclamation point, then it'll be -1. Actually, we don't need to do any of this, so we're overcomplicating things. We simply just need to say if route is public, which means it's cached. I think that's the key. It means it's cached, and we're okay with it being cached. Then we'll simply just skip. Right, so we'll say route includes exclamation point. We'll skip. I think also too, if no route, so if no route, then call this. But if we do have a route and it includes this, then skip. Okay, so that makes sense. And no route will basically almost never happen, but it's one of those like kind of like, I never see a case where it would happen, but it's still potentially, it still potentially could happen. So yeah, we just won't worry about that. Teacups are kind of big. True. They got some big teacups. Okay, so this fixes a minor issue with the rate limiting, because the issue is that if I'm polling something that's meant to be public, and I want it to be public, and I want like you to be able to do it, then I think it doesn't make sense to rate limit that if it's being automated by the client. Like, it shouldn't be rate limited. And yeah, I'm kind of liking more and more this system about calm down for X amount of seconds, because what it really means is that if you get that notification about like your rate limit has been hit, calm down, you have to wait for 60 seconds. But say you wait all the way up until like 30 seconds and you do it again, you'll have to wait another 60 seconds. And that's just a side effect of about how I've set it up. To do it in the other way would be so much more complex to set up. And this way also almost, it's kind of a bit of a feature. I mean, we can even make this 30 seconds so that it's less time like in bulk that they have to wait for. But say, like, I think it's kind of hard to reach this amount of requests, like 2 a second, for a normal person to do that. So that would mean that like the only way that would happen, or the only likely way, is if someone is trying to do something bad. And if that's the case, then we want to make it harder for them. So having them wait longer would just be better for us, worse for them. Because, you know, we gotta say L to the frauders. You know, L scrapers. It's, you know, in many cases, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. And a lot of people will say that that's wrong, you can't do that, but I don't care. I'll have it anyway. You know, when scraping is beneficial to me, if I'm the one scraping, then I'll scrape. But I don't want anyone to scrape my website. You know, I don't want that to happen, because that is at a direct loss to me. I benefit nothing from that. So we'll make it a bit hard for people to scrape it, though not impossible. And it kind of comes into like ideas of like how to regulate an economy, and that's a little bit of a stretch from what I'm talking about right now. But if you think in terms of like incentives and having people kind of like people have the freedom to do almost anything. So I'm saying like we can make scraping just the raw data a little bit less valuable than actually creating an API and doing it the way that I want to do it, the way that I want it done. So you know, like it would just create a little bit of pressure for people to scrape less, and for like scraping, for them to realize that like, oh, there actually is some intrinsic benefits to like kind of doing it the right method or the right way. You know? Okay. It's scraped or be scraped, yeah. Yeah, I actually don't like that I mean, it's a fact that you have to live with, but I really hate arms races or cat and mouse games, because I just hate that never-ending back and forth of where like the developers put in a patch that stops like one method from working, but then people just figure out another method, and it's a never-ending cycle. So I think like to a certain extent I will do certain things. You know, like I think one example would be, or I guess another example would be account creation. You know, I want to put a little bit of pressure on making it a bit hard for people to make new accounts just to claim a username. And though it's always going to be possible, and it's always going to be possible to, like, anything is possible. You know, they can even set up bots to do it and all that, like how Discord has it. Discord has all these issues. But I find little exploits here and there, and I fix them. You know, like the Gmail dot stuffing I fixed. And that's not fixed in Gmail, or I mean in Discord. That's one way that people create a bunch of accounts. I also think that in the future I'll kind of require like phone numbers to be used for verification. And I think the benefit of that is that it's much harder for a person to kind of get access to like 50 phone numbers to verify than 50 emails. Emails can be, because you know, like the Gmail one is possible for like people to very easily create a bunch of emails, like thousands, and just generate them and automate that process. But even if I patch that, it's still possible for a person to kind of just buy their own domain and then create a bunch of spoofed emails. Like, everything is possible, and then they can automate that and then do everything over again. So phone numbers, at the very least, you would have to pay for them, and that payment, like those payments, could add up. So Yeah, I mean, in some countries, it's very cheap to buy phone numbers. Like, it might cost, you know, like 30 cents per. But that's a future issue. Like, we also have to think about supply and demand kind of things. Like, there's not enough demand for people to make accounts. So I don't have to worry, at least right now, about, oh, would I need to somehow figure out how phone numbers are being abused because people just buy the very cheap ones. You know, it's all future things. But yeah, stuff to think about. You know, I kind of just go here and there thinking about stuff. And when I'm like, you know, when it makes sense at the time, I'll work on something. Like then and there. Like that's another common thing that I'm kind of facing, where I have to get used to like working in chaos, where many parts of my code are a work in progress. And I used to kind of hate that. I used to want to like as soon as I kind of worked fast and added a bunch of things, I would want to spend like a couple days just kind of combing through everything, making sure that things are set up properly. But it's just not a good method. It kind of wastes time. The better method is to just be okay with that chaos, and in the moment, if you notice something that's kind of that feels weird, you just fix it right then and there. And that simple kind of switch about like where you spend the time doing it, if it's all at once or just a continuous improvement, like the continuous improvement has much more benefit because you still get stuff done during that time. Okay. Oh, I freaking predicted it. I was gonna look back at my stream and I was like, oh yeah, I bet I'm gonna have to do push-ups. Okay. Okay. I did 5. Slurp. More water. Only push-ups? Well, that actually is kind of... I spilled some water. But yeah, okay, so we did a little bit here and there, you know, stuff and things. We did stuff and things. I kind of want to abstract this. I think we should. I think we have to be, because this is what I was just talking about. This is one of those moments where I need to basically kind of identify an issue. There's actually this thing called code smell. And it's kind of like an intuition that you kind of build for when you should refactor code. So this, I know that I could use this multiple times, and I think I should abstract it. Abstract this logic about creating verification codes and stuff like that. Yeah, this is also a, like, let me write a note to myself, because like, this is an issue that I have to solve at some point. Some people are crazy, man. Yeah, rate limiting, it's amazing. What I like a lot is the Dynamo database on AWS. It's very powerful, very fast. It's very good for like when you find a good use case for it, it's like magic. Okay, so I think this, we can ignore that now. I mean, I don't know, we're gonna do some stuff. I don't know, we already did some stuff. Some of this, some of that. You know, that's funny to say. Yeah, we got hello at YFudex. I think, and here's something that I want to do. I think that I eventually want to do what I would classify as marketing emails, right? So I think there's two buckets to emails that this service will send out. We have ones like these that I will take a screenshot of and show. Ones like these that are basically kind of like utility emails. You know, like, let me actually show the title here as well. Let me delete this crap. So this is basically what the email looks like, excuse me, in my inbox. The key here is that this little flag means that it's flagged as important, which is great. Yeah, because there is now like a separate location for where important emails live. Also, it's guaranteed to go into your main inbox. Because I don't know if you guys know, but obviously there's spam, right? So there's obviously spam. There's also two other boxes that people rarely look at, which is promotions and social. And yeah, so if we get into one of these and we send something like this, like, it's not a good kind of situation to, like, a scenario to happen, you know, because we want to make sure that it gets into their main inbox, they see it. So this is good, first of all, that like the no reply with this tag is getting into the main inbox. That's great. And I think I'll use the no reply email for things like these. But then I think for other things like a newsletter, you know, things where people can opt into, and or I don't know, maybe, yeah, probably opt in. I'm not entirely sure, because my reasoning here is that I want them to be able to reply to these emails, and then I can reply back to them, and we can kind of have conversation through like emails, you know, like maybe all people that have a subscription can join, or, you know, can join like an exclusive newsletter, this is just a complete random idea that I have that I just came up with right now. But that would mean that only subscribers get that. Or actually, I think a better example, the one that's more practical, is that Waifudex will send out an email from the hello@Waifudex that is kind of personally, like more personally addressed to the person if they subscribe and pay money for a subscription. And then it can kind of say like, hey, if you have any concerns or just want to talk, like feel free to reply. And I think like using email that way is very powerful because it's such a personal, like, I guess you could say it's a I just lost the word I was thinking of. But yeah, it's more personal. It's more personal. It's something. But and I think it can help in a similar way to Discord. It can help build like super dedicated fans. So to do that, I would need to make more abstractions around this send email thing. We'll see if that's, I mean, of course not right now. This is redundant information. We don't need to say what we're doing. Resumed reading? Nah. I'm probably not for a while. Just cause reading is not really in my like schedule. You know, I only really worry about work, and then the only other thing I do for relaxation is TV shows. I don't play games anymore. So I don't play games on my free time, and I don't really plan on playing too many games. You know, maybe on occasion we'll do something, but I found that you know, to strike a balance with like how valuable streams are to me, doing like 2-hour 30-minute streams where I code and I get something done, and then the other day I don't stream and I just can relax and work on other things, like that system is pretty beneficial to me. So I think I'll just keep it like that. Okay, so now I'm thinking, what would be abstract? Would we abstract this part? This verification code part? The kind of setting and then retrieving of the code? I think that can make sense. I think one of the issues is that the logic here is being reused too much. Or it's not being reused actually, so that's the problem, is that it's not being reused, so I have to remember to type it this way. So yeah, it's just not good like that. When did I start coding? And how did I start? So I started coding a long time ago. I'd say around 13. You know, I started getting into tech stuff in like 12. And yeah, like 13, I got more into like Python. And how did I start? I think it's just, I think early on I probably looked into, you know, I was probably like more of a script kiddie. I was probably taking existing code and trying to like tweak it, stuff like that. And then I think a bit later I kind of grew out of that phase and started to try to make, I remember making kind of like console programs that just prints text to the screen and then takes in input. You know, I think at a certain point, once you learn enough of the basics of just programming, then you should just kind of start to hop into like some project. Because the other thing I definitely did was just watch a bunch of YouTube tutorials. And like once I had enough information, I just started to try stuff, and then through that, you know, trial and error process, you'll have to look up specific things on Google, and then you'll learn a lot more in-depth knowledge. And then it's just a constant loop of doing that. And it never ends too. You always keep learning, you know, because the programming is always moving. There's always new ideas. There's always new ways of doing things, new paradigms, a new web framework every 6 months, all these things. And you kind of got to keep up with it. So there's never going to be a point where you learn enough to where you don't need to Google anything anymore. Like you'll always Google everything. You know, just maybe to refresh your memory on docs or to learn a new way that a library is doing something, etc. But yeah. So back to this stuff, you know, I don't know, I guess this could potentially be abstracted as well. I think it should be. I think this should be as well. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. Maybe the API could be the place where this stuff is combined. So I first of all would abstract send email a bit more and give it more functionalities. And I could also abstract some verification code stuff. But actually, I don't know if we need to do that right now. I'm not sure. And do we think login needs a CAPTCHA? Because right now it is protected with a rate limit. It's protected by an IP rate limit. But I think a CAPTCHA is better. Because the issue is that you could use a bunch of proxies and continuously spam that thing, the login, and then you can basically like try to guess someone's password. You can make a bot to like guess a password. So we should probably do that. I think it makes sense for most of these things to be behind a CAPTCHA. Huh. The hell is this issue? This is like such a silly TypeScript problem. Like, I don't know why, but all of a sudden my TypeScript just started to have dementia. Like, I have no idea what's happening, but like this stuff you kind of got to slap it on its head a bit, do an LSP reset, so that it hopefully has an actual, like, what the hell is this? What the heck? Oh, property H captcha. Oh, you see, this is such a funny thing because it keeps happening where I make fun of TypeScript for what I think is it being dumb, but it's actually telling me that I'm being dumb because I forgot to give it the H captcha thing. So I'm sorry, TypeScript God. I was the incorrect one. It was my fault. It's my issue. And I repent. So yeah, this should be, you know, it should probably be above button, right below here. We'll add it at the hooks. So we'll say, like, you know, we'll say some stuff, you know, we'll say we'll do like that. I want to look at this for reference. Oops, what the hell did I just do? No. Yeah, that's better. Can I do it like that? I think for the sake of safety, I'll do it like that. Sometimes better to be explicit. But yeah, so let me see. I think we actually need to move this. Yeah, we probably do. Because, or actually no we don't. Yep, no we don't. We just need access to action. But that's the thing though, it would be easier because, you know, certain things are easier to do, but are a little bit less readable. But sometimes you just gotta do like what's easier to do, because that's also faster. Oh crap. Oh wait, okay, so we already did this, so I'm having my own dementia case right now. So we actually do have access to whatever this is. Oh yeah, I'm going crazy. What is going on here? Okay. So we just simply need to say, like, we need to execute the CAPTCHA. So I think this is what I'm getting mistaken about. Having this inside of the thing. Yeah, like, so having that inside is a bit too complicated. Does this work? Am I having any issues? Let me make this. We'll make it stop crying. Oh, login. What am I doing, man? Why do I? I didn't realize that it wasn't giving this. Okay, that makes it better. Yeah, that is one issue for sure. We're just chilling, you know, we're just chilling with some lo-fi coding. It's a vibe, to be quite honest with you. Quite honestly, a vibe. But yeah, so here's the thing. Is that we're gonna give it the token. Okay. Oh, you don't know why though, but it would increase the vibe if the push-ups were cheaper. I'd actually say that would probably do the opposite, because you know, we're all sitting here vibing, listening to music, but if we have to do push-ups every 10 minutes, that would disrupt the flow of the vibing, and you don't want to disrupt the flow of the vibing. No one wants that. You know, so it just makes sense to not do that. Trust source, trust me, bro. Okay, I think I'm gonna move this. Oh, okay. Actually, no. We'll execute the CAPTCHA. We'll go like... Huh. That's interesting. Okay, we'll move this all into the thing. All of it go in. Every single one of you. Thank you. Now this should have a CAPTCHA. Let's test a good old CAPTCHA, shall we? Let's log into my account. My fake account. Horse walking or running. Now, that's an issue, but it logs in and it works. The issue was in that for some reason so for some reason this thing was not being, the button was not loading. So we gotta understand why. Huh. It's one of those things, you know, it's crazy. It just completely does not load. Why? Why? Why no load? This is quite the weird issue. Let me see. What is this called? Sign up instead. Type submit. is loading equals is submitting. That's crazy. It's quite insane. Yeah, we don't really know why that's happening. One theory is that it's because it's inside of this other div location. But that theory is actually not working. Yeah, just not working. I don't know why. Let's now go back to just one screen, 2 screens, I mean. Let's look at the issue in this stuff. Oh yeah, do we even need to do this? Wait. Oh, no, never mind. Let me look one more time. Okay, this is exactly how I have it. One theory is that it doesn't like the fact that I have 2 buttons here. What's weird though is that I'm almost certain this works on the main site as, like, this should work on the main site. I should be able to log into my actual thing. Let me actually just, you know, just to be, in case I don't want to leak anything. Yeah, it has a loading right here. Okay, well, you missed it. But yeah, literally nothing changed. And it's having a weird issue. Just a commonality of coding. Just a commonality of coding. Let me see. Okay, we'll cast it to string. It is obviously false right now. And it stays false. Isn't that absurd? That is crazy, man. Well, here's one issue. I mean, I'd want the captcha to be there instead. That's just a minor nitpick though. So it's never turning true. You know, to become a programmer, you need a very high tolerance of pain and suffering. You need to be able to take just all the hurt, all the deep pain that comes out of trying to solve an issue and not knowing what is even happening. I think one of the weirdest things, let me just go side by side here. Let's do the side by side strat. We got multiple strats in my arsenal. You know, we got side by side strat, we got remember it strat, we got look up the docs, we got ask on help on Discord strat, and so on. We got many strats. But this one is whack. It's quite whack. Whoa, hello. I even show it here. Let me actually copy paste real quick. I forgot. So I was having the same issue here last time. And you see how it changes to true immediately. So it changes to true. Here though, does not change to true at all. Which is just crazy. It's so weird how that happens. Yeah, we don't know, guys. We don't know what's up with this. Huh. Wait, what are we doing? What is the point of doing this? Oh. If we're thinking in terms of less code overall, this does not make sense to do. Just simply does not make sense to do. I think it makes a little bit of sense to kind of move this out of a separate function and over and into here. And you know, we'll do some stuff like this. Token from South Park. If no user returned, we'll do a similar thing there. You know, yeah, I'm hyped for Mob Psycho. That is the only thing. I mean, Chainsaw Man 2, I'm gonna check that out. Everything else though, Bleach I have never gotten into. My Hero Academia I dropped because it was so boring. You know the monocle guy? Like, the hell is monoclonal antibodies? Combat COVID-19. Monocle, MHA. No, not that girl. The Mr. Monocle guy. He was so freaking. He's like the gentleman guy. This guy is freaking annoying as hell. It doesn't even have a monocle. I misremembered. That's like the Mandela effect. Yeah, gentle. Yeah. So during this arc, when they were just nothing was really going on, I dropped it. I don't know what all the hype about Doofenshmirtz in the anime. I kind of want to see what that's about, but let me see. Doofenshmirtz MHA. Yeah, we got, you know, Perry the Platypus and Doofenshmirtz now, and they got a nice crossover. You know, I love those edits where they kind of use that TikTok music. I bet this is one, I almost can guarantee. I think this is the one. I love this one. No, this is an L. L in my opinion. This is it. I love this music. I love when they do these kind of edits. I love it. Yeah, this is... I like this music a lot. This, like... It's called funk. Dude, he looks... That looks hype. But... I'm not gonna watch that. Because I'm at the point now where, you know when you drop an anime and you've not seen it for so long to where it's now kind of hard to pick up, but it's also hard to rewatch because you still remember slight things, so rewatching it from zero is a drag. That's kind of where I'm at, so I don't know if I'll ever, I mean maybe at some point, I don't know. But yeah, you know guys, you know this. So, oh yeah, this is my pain and suffering right now. We got to figure this out. Isn't that wonderful, everybody? The pain and the suffering. Oh crap, we actually can't, we shouldn't do it like that. So it's better to do it like that. So that's all fine and stuff and things and stuff and stuff, but I have a thought. I'll do, so if this is gonna work, I am a mad genius, because for some reason I have the feeling that if we go like this and actually we don't need this to be async. If we go like this and we say we need the email, username, password, action. I have a feeling this is gonna work. It worked. Guys, it's just, I'm just that good. I'm literally that good. It's magnificent, like how good I am. Oh, I know why. Was this async? Did we make it async recently? I think the actual I think the function itself can't be async. So actually I think this might also work. Just for the sake of getting to the bottom of this issue, let's do this same issue. Let's do this same thing where we set up a test example. Yeah, okay, so it just can't be asynchronous. So that's a W in my book. But I think let's actually just let's copy it over. it's just a bit, there's not really any amazing reason as to why we kind of separate it out. We literally have less lines of netcode by doing it this way, and we don't need to import this, so it's better. So yeah, it works now. You see, that's the joy of programming. Just the fact that you can just, you know, go crazy, go stupid, and then find out some random solution to something I had no clue about. That doesn't seem too promising, the fact that it didn't really finish loading. Does that also happen on our other area? Let me check. So on this stuff, I think it's probably because hold on, if there's any sort of issue here, if there's an error, we'll set submitting to false. But that's actually redundant, so we should actually set it up here and then do that. Now maybe that'll give us a different outcome. Maybe. The hell? You see, I don't know why that happens. It just happens sometimes, just completely random. Turtle underwater. Yeah, maybe it's just way too fast for it. Let's chalk it up to that. Because otherwise, this thing, if we do it like this, and say we do again, I think it's because of this. So it's because of this. It's because this comes in. So let's actually take a mental note of that. It's because the cookie note comes in. We will come back to that. This thing though, so horse running. I mean, not many people are actually going to face that problem because most of them will have clicked this already. Okay, same issue. So, yep, we're all good. And I just got a text. I just got a notification on my thingy. And that's beautiful. For the sake of beauty, let's type in this code 27267-309, and it worked. And if we do it again, it'll have an error because it just deleted the code that we just used. So let's click OK on that. That's wonderful stuff, everybody. Okay. So now for some reason, and I think this is done now, so we just added the captcha, we just finished excuse me, oh my god. I got possessed by something right there. So only me and only I. Is someone logging in right now? Alright, so for some reason, I guess it seems like maybe it's like when any notification comes up. I think that makes more sense. So when a notification, when an alert comes up while the captcha is open, it closes it. The weird thing though is that it doesn't detect it. It doesn't tell us that it's closed. So I don't know. I think this is such a small issue that we can leave it for right now. let's actually do some commits. Let's say we added, oh crap, we added a, yeah, so this is just, okay. Now this is so added. Yeah, this is great. Now let's check out some other stuff. Yeah, like this. This is all fine. To be honest, I think the next thing to do. Here's some stuff on my mind. I'm thinking, oh, how are we going to? This is a completely random off-topic thing, but it's like, oh, if we want, like right now in the back end, every account is simply just stored as an email and password account. So even if you create your account with Discord, then yeah, it'll still take the email and store that. I think we could do the same with phone, and it gets a little bit messy if we have both options, but I think it'll work. And I think the reason that comes into my mind is because like on this check step, which I think is actually the wrong place that we need to put it, and I think if we kind of continue with this thought, I think we should put this in the user location, and I think we should also abstract the way that we create and read verification codes. But the reason I want to move this is because it needs more specific like functionality. It needs the exact functionality of a password reset. Right, so well, I had an idea. So I think it could either be a password reset, or we make one route that handles just login, yeah, basically just handles authentication with an email, and we just say if they were able to give us the code for the email, then we'll give you access to this account. And then we can have a different location that's maybe like their settings that they can then change their password if they need to. Because I think doing it this way will give people the option, if they want to log in with a code, they could then log in with a code. Instead of, if they want to log in with a code, they would need to change their password each time. Grape juice or apple juice? Definitely apple juice. Grape juice, nothing really against it, but it just kind of sounds mid. You know, I've never really delved deep into the grape juice meta, but I'm more of an apple juice guy. But yeah, I guess let's continue with this thought. And this is always exciting. It's always exciting. I think what's cool is that some of the big like hurdles of the mobile development were fixed. So if we actually check out the coming soon, we can see that mobile app is in development. And this is just such a hectic like thing. It's not really hectic, but it is chaotic because there's so many things that are getting like uprooted at any given moment. And also the entire app, the entire web app needs to transfer, like it needs to be slowly converted into a mobile app. And it does cause a little bit of anxiety because there's just so many things that are on the plate for this. Just so much work still. But hopefully that work will be spread out through like the course of like 6 months or something. You know, and then maybe it's slowly worked on for 6 months, and then say maybe 8 months down the line, we already have a lot of progress on it, but now we actually do want a mobile app. So say like 8 months in the future we do. So then for 2 months we could just focus on it instead of focusing on it maybe fully for like 6 months straight, which would have sucked. Grape juice is better in general. Yeah, I never really drank it. I have no like recent memories of drinking grape juice like in my entire life. Like I don't remember a single instance. I mean, probably when I was young, you know, like under 10 or something. Purple grape juice. Well, what makes it purple? I mean, if it's just food coloring and dye, then I don't really want that. You know, I want like... Well, then how does it get clear? Like one of the two is something fishy's going on with one of those. Like somehow something is being done. Centered around anime. This is now no longer. I think I'm kind of thinking we should remove that. Yeah, we remove this, and then it's just gamification. It's made with green grapes and purple is with purple. Oh, yeah. Green grapes sometimes slap. So actually, I'd say grapes themselves are better than apples. But apple juice is better than grape juice. And, you know, some of those green grapes can get super big and juicy. And I haven't really had many purple and red grapes that are like that. Cotton candy grapes? No, I've never had any of that. Yeah, but this is great, you know. Oh yeah, so I think let's do two things. Let's do two more things that are on my mind. Let me see. So let's kind of start setting up the future, because I'm gonna have to do some stuff off stream. So I'm gonna do more of the account stuff, more of the account API stuff off stream tomorrow. But we can start to set it up today. And then I think the other thing we should do is start to write my overview for the summary video that I'm gonna have to make, because I told people that it would happen. Or they voted and they voted, yeah, let's do it. Which obviously, I mean, most people would vote a yes on that. So Yeah, and this is from today. So this is one other thing we did. Crap. I misclicked. We did this today. So we did option 2 for the email hint. Option 2 is good. It looks like it's gonna win. It's kind of the most middle ground out of all of these, even though this is not an odd amount of options. It's kind of like, you know, there's either 0 hints, just the email domain is given, or it's the entire length and 2 characters. And I think giving like 1 character plus a little like no length is pretty good. It's like, and then I think if enough people like complain it's a big enough issue, we'll add 1 more extra digit to it. But yeah, so that was good today. Probably some more things, you know. Here's the thing too about content. So this happens often to me where I kind of like, I kind of get people telling me that I should make videos again. And, you know, I agree with them. You know, they say, oh, the videos were so good, like the TikToks were great. And in a lot of ways they were. You know, they brought people into the project. It's just so much time that it takes though. And I actually don't identify myself as a content creator. I think that's another issue. I think if I get to consistently making like content, I'll have to sacrifice some development time, which might be worth it eventually. But eventually though, like what I'm trying to say is that I think for a certain period of time, not right now and not far into the future, but a certain period of time, it still makes sense for me to make a few videos trying to market waifu decks. Like, I think right now I won't make more TikToks. I think it only makes sense once signups are back, once there's features that I can make videos about. If there's features, then that's me putting in the work to create them, and that's coding work, which is great. But that also directly creates content for me to show off. I think one of the issues with my videos that I made is that I made them when I had no content, so I had to kind of make the content from scratch with animations, and those animations took so long. So I think for a certain period of time, I will just make very simple TikToks that I hope to go viral. And I think they might. You know, I've never really consistently made TikToks, so I think if I give it a good go, we can get some good results. But then, I don't want to spend my time making TikToks, even if it's, you know, like, not that big of a deal. I want to get to the point where I don't have to worry about making any content anymore. And I think my solution to that is basically just like a creator program, where creators can get incentives for making content about waifu decks. And, you know, I'm pretty sure if it's set up that way and kind of branded, it's because it's basically an affiliate program. But I kind of don't like branding it so much as that. I like branding it more like a creator program. I think that has benefits to it too, because it then creates the idea in people's minds that, oh, this is something that creators should do, instead of just friends giving each other invite codes or referral codes. Because in my view, it would be like each creator would have a referral code, and they're kind of incentivized to create content to then, you know, push people to use their referral code. I think that's a very proven and good system. I mean, you see it in a lot of different places. You know, I think once WaifuDex becomes more and more valuable with more features, then like the creators will make more money. In turn, WaifuDex will make more money. You know, WaifuDex will grow. I won't have to make content anymore. I think it's just a very good system. So that's definitely the future. Basically, replacing me being a single person making TikToks with, you know, maybe an army of like 100 people, 100 creators, all making their own TikToks. Like, that is much better. That's more similar to the Andrew Tate method, which, you know, whether you hate the guy or not, his strategy for growth was genius. You know, the fact that he had an affiliate program that, I mean, his is a bit different because his was a bit more like a loop, you know, kind of in the middle of a affiliate program and MLM. But I think the key that I took away from his method was how he had like 6,000 people making TikToks for him instead of being one person making TikToks. Like me with my one account, I've already had TikTok giving me strikes, threatening to ban my account, right? It's just, I don't want to deal with the platform. So if I have access to kind of a group of people that I incentivize to make content for me, then that's just so much better than, you know, me being a single person. Because instead we'll have an army. You know, we got to get an army going. An army of creators. Also, you guys should clip some more stuff. I want to build up more clips on my Twitch. You know, maybe if the clipping on my Twitch gets like good, I could take them and then post them to YouTube. Yeah, the only one, I mean, there's some that I clipped. There's one that someone else clipped. I have around 6 clips right now. But yours, I think, in my opinion, is the best because it's just a funny, random, like, out of context thing. But yeah, you know, I think the clipping system is good because it'll help us, like, kind of take over Twitch with Javen clips. Jokingly, you know, we would need, like, thousands and thousands. But I think maybe this could wait. Maybe this could wait. Maybe we'll think about, yeah, something clip worthy. Because there's like the funny clips, and then there's like the kind of like the knowledge bite clips. Because for someone to kind of get parts of my vision and my thought process of, you know, what I'm doing for WaifuDex, they would really need to just sit in the stream and wait until I just randomly talk about something like that. But if they have a clip of it, they could just view the clip at any time after the fact. So it kind of spreads the message a bit more. I think eventually, say I continue doing these streams and WaifuDex, you know, turns from, yeah, I would appreciate that. Actually, I should even make you mod too, because I could do that now. Well, I don't know how to do it. I'll do it later. But yeah, so say WaifuDex turns from our right now 64,000 accounts, 0 active users because there's nothing to do, into, say, you know, like 250,000 accounts, like 20,000 active users, then I'd kind of I think it's likely to say that we get more Twitch viewers And I think there'd be more people speculating on the future of Waifu decks, and I think more of those clips will like more of my my talking about like stuff like this will get clipped. And I think that'll be fun because I actually really enjoy when we're kind of like communities, like kind of theory craft. Yeah, I could start posting. I think one of my things about that is that I don't, if I'm gonna do this every other day, I guess we could make a separate stream ping. That's like opt-in. I think I'd like to do that instead because I don't like pinging the devlog every single time because I don't want to give them too many pings. So yeah, I think we could do that. Then I'll finally need to remake my or not remake. I'll need to add to my Discord bot. Because I don't know how many people really know this, but the Discord bot is now legacy code. It's now like extremely hard to add features to it. Like it needs to be remade eventually at some point. You know, I'm hoping that's something that I'll get someone else to do. I think that's one of the best examples of where I can get another developer in and then get like maybe, you know, not just one but then like 2, 3 or something. And then they kind of build out all the Discord bot features, because I don't even know if I've said this publicly, but I want the Discord bot version 2 to be a public bot. I won't get into it too much because I've learned that it's just not that good to just kind of talk about things that are so far into the future because things will change. It's hard to explain, and people could get wrong ideas, and perceptions can be tweaked or can be like influenced on just the random things that I'm talking about. So all I'll say is that the future Discord bot, I want to get some people working on it that's not me. I want to get to the point where I actually do nothing on the Discord bot, and it's just being updated by the team, and I want it to be public. But yeah, so if you could do me the favor and remind me to make a stream ping, I'll do that after, and then I'll use it for Thursday. So I think, let me see, maybe we could do something now. Because let me just make a separate little thing here. Let's make a thing called temp. Actually, let me just completely quit out of that. Let's make it called temp.readme. Let's just say text, so it knows that it's a text thing, and we're going to say like since March. What happened since March 2022? Like, I don't remember. I think after February, if I can remember like just the vague things. Nah, cause I don't think so. I think it was maybe around July. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was around July that this current website was started on, July 2021. And then it was finished around January of 2022, but the actual update video took a long time to make, which I now realize, just seeing like from this kind of bird's eye view, spending like a month waiting for, you know, because I had to wait for other people. I couldn't like usually all the burden is on me, so I can like work fast and it's all up to me. But I had to wait on other editors, and when one editor falls through, I have to find another person and another person, and then the video itself takes a week to make. So I'm just not going to really do that anymore. I think future things will just be a very simple video, that, you know, just there's no real, the value that we get out of making an update TikTok, it's just not big enough to justify the time spent. So the website V2 took around 6 months. Then from I guess from March, so let's actually write that down. So you know, let's not worry about caps, just so we could type faster. Around July 2021, the website V2 was started. Okay. Took around 6 months to make. The update video took around a month. So it took us from like Jan to then March. I think I was sitting on the update video for a couple days, but let's just say March, because I waited until March 15th. Let's just say that. Then from that point, so from March to, let me see, I have a calendar over here, so let me see. Okay, so then we'll say it took around 5 months to rebuild the backend. This is like a new everything basically, and that's what we're using right now. And then this brings us to August. Let's turn on type spelling. Okay, this brings us to August, and then the mobile stuff, which is still ongoing, took around a month of, which brings us to September. So that brings us to September now. So this is kind of what's been happening. And I think in the summary video, I'll just kind of point out the new goal, because the thing that I could stress is that at this point, like logins were added, and we could have continued, but we wanted to do mobile instead. And then I could talk about how mobile is going to work, and how, you know, I can't predict how long this will take, but it's going to be an ongoing process. Did you document the things you did since March in DevPings? Yeah, let's actually check that out, just so we can have a better understanding of the sense of time. So last one is 69. You know, I think eventually I might replace this with, because I plan on bringing them back, weekly updates. But I was thinking about doing it on like emails instead, and having them built into my my WiFiDex account, to where, say, I would post to WiFiDex, and then it would auto send out an email to people that are following the newsletter. But yeah, all this stuff too, because here's the thing too, let's actually factor in the vacation. So this was around 3 weeks of break. So that was, and when was this happening? So this was 7, so this was July. So in July, what are we doing? Yeah, so once I got back, I started working on the new backend stuff. So let me actually restate that. So that's around July. So it's not March, it's, let me see. So there was from 6, so from June, I think April, May, we probably, let me see, what did we do April, May? This is still June. April was actually more backend stuff. Okay, April's more backend. Yeah, bunch more backend. Okay. Yeah, so I was trying to do this actually consistently. So all the way back in May too. So ever since March, which was the update, which is what we just said, up to August, minus let's say maybe a month of, let's round it up to a month of break. That makes us 4 months to rebuild the backend. And this is all very like loose terms of time. It just gives people an idea about like how long this stuff took. And yeah, so now we're done with that, which is great. I think the big thing that most people don't understand is that, you know, this took 6 months, this took 4 months, but these were built from scratch, and now everything else will benefit from the time taken to build these things. So like, you know, the mobile app isn't going to take 6 months again. It's going to take, I mean, say we to convert everything I have now to mobile and make a mobile app, it might take 2 to 3 months, you know. And I think that's just because it'll be hard, because in that case it is still rewriting everything, because everything right now is only web compatible, so everything would need to be rewritten to be mobile. But we don't have to do everything because we've already made the base for the React app. And I think that's something I'll also try to stress, is that like, I'll try to explain, or at least try to, how they'll build off each other in Compound, stuff like that, I think. And yeah, so, you know, we got like Move. Oh my god, he's one of the people that does the white the white background. Huge plot twist. Yeah. You know, like my reaction is gonna be delayed. Like, you're telling me this now, and then 6 months later when I actually read it, I'm gonna be like, damn, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. So yeah, we dabbled with contractors. So yeah, we should say like say what ended up. Okay. Yeah. Like, each plot twist will say, hey, was this the one? Was this the one? But I've already experienced many twists at the point I'm at, and it is just one of the best, like, kind of dramas that I've ever really read. So, you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will actually do that. Okay, I'll do a roles manager. So I'm gonna tweak two things. I'm gonna first of all give a Givesky. Oh crap. Oh crap, that's not what I wanted to do. A Givesky. What does VIP do? We'll do that. Artist, that's actually kind of cool. Okay, so that's mod because it just, you know, you're always in here and I have no mods, so it's just safer. Now we can do things like the channel points. I can change the price of this to, I think we're gonna go away from cringe, like funny numbers to like more sound, you know, like what is like 2 to the power of 100? It's a way big number. It's way too big. What about 32? No, because 2 to the power 10 is 1024, then 15, then 20 maybe. Yeah, we'll just say that. We'll make each cost something that's a power of 2. That makes it funnier. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. So look at some of these ideas. Like, oh my god, what the hell? But look at some of these ideas. Like, yeah, what the heck is mod view? What is it? Does it look different? You could probably click on each person and probably mute them or something. But you see this one. Oh, this is my hydrate thing. Make me sip of water. Posture check. Straighten up. Actually, that just reminded me too. Let's add this. Let's add this. Let's you know, eventually I'll have maybe I'll have a webcam. I could use this one. No cursing. I mean, that's very easy for me to do. Okay. So I think, yeah, you can probably make polls and stuff. Yeah. You can either create polls or select the outcome of a poll. I think this could be cool. I don't know though. Maybe as a suggestion. So this is what we'll do right now. We'll keep it like that. And yeah, let's check out, like, you know, like some more stuff. So yeah, this was the last update. I think for the meantime, I could probably do like once a month videos, because I don't think what I'm saying that this video will be as just a summary. I see it as being an unscripted, no animation, just minimal, you know, audio visual aid, and I think that's just more engaging and more fun than me having weekly like quotas to reach for updates. I've honestly been more productive by not doing these, because I think what happened is my mind was so framed around working every week, like doing something every week, and then having something to say at the end of the week. And it's almost like it's like the Friday itself didn't even count. Like I was so unproductive on Fridays. But now, the way that I have it now, I almost lose track of what day I'm at on the week. Like, that's how little I I kind of think about the social construct of certain days equals weekday, you know, like. And now it's like, you know, I might work on the weekend, I might work just on a random day, I might work into the night, because days are just days. And I think kind of removing that psychological like binding for like what each day means made me a bit more productive. Oh yeah, so this is a pic of what it looks like. Damn, that's crazy. Twitch definitely has a really good UI. Like, they've really nailed it. They use React too. So same thing I'm using. React is honestly my favorite framework. It's like so many good out of it. So many good things you can do. Yeah. Yeah, the Twitch one, right? They do it pretty good. They have a nice system set up. I do have some nitpicks, but overall, like, the vibe you get, the kind of brand that you associate with Twitch is like smooth and slick, and the one with YouTube is just not that. And that's because YouTube uses, they either use Angular or Polymer. Like, as their framework. Or actually, I don't even know if Polymer... Yeah, Polymer.js. They might use Polymer.js, so like, what framework does YouTube use? Employs Java. Does YouTube use on their website? Oh, when you send a request in like drink water, then you can confirm it was done by a mod. Oh, do you now have infinite channel points? That might have been a mistake. I guess I just won't. I don't know. Okay. Okay, that still is good. That still keeps the balance of the economy. They definitely don't use framework. They use structured page fragments. You can refund your push-ups? Yo, chill, man. Chill about that. Okay. You know, I trust you to be an honest Abe. But yeah, I added these two new ones, and I don't know what... They're actually so cringe. The names, the default Twitch things. So yeah, they use Google Polymer. But, like, the smoothness of YouTube.com versus Twitch.tv is just no competition. And that's how because I do think there is a very, like, it's hard to quantify, but there is a value to a clean user interface. Add some block terms. I think Twitch blocks them themselves, because I've seen that before, I think. I don't want to test it. I mean, I'm kind of more like, if it becomes a problem, then we'll think about it then. That's a commonality of what I've kind of... It's like a mindset, you know? It's like... Wawa. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's too dangerous to speak about. But yeah, do you think there's any other if we look at like the reference again, if there's like any other kind of thing that I should touch on as for like what's happened? Went to Hawaii? Sure, I'll do that as like a yeah, that's a good idea, because we'll say explain the pivot, probably explain, just say I went to Hawaii. This is a small note. So up to this point, like, let's just look at everything that's been happening since what is this? So this is April. Oh, so this was after. This has launched the new website. Okay, so yeah, this was the this was when the video was being worked on. I was doing some polishing. Okay, this is actually good to note because it was actually the 18th, not the 15th. Or maybe I put it up on the 15th and I announced it on the 18th. Then I did some polishing, so up until the 18th, all the way up to, oh yeah, I got myanime.mid, or myanime.mid. Did you know I have this domain? myanimemid.net. And if we go to this this domain, then it takes you to myanimelist.net, which is just funny. Oh, so we did some April Fools. April Fools. I don't know if that's too important to note, but I'll note it just cause. No. If I come back to it, maybe, but I gotta say that like the backend stuff did not take 4 months. It took, actually, yeah, because I was doing, let me see, so we were doing some stuff like real-time count. That's just some random stuff. Okay, so then it was actually May. Let's give it a bit more room. So let's say around, yeah, so it was around May. It was around, so April to, so March to May was front-end polish stuff. Then this is now no longer 4 months, it's now because then we also say minus 1 month of break. So it's kind of just like 3 now, around 3 from May to August. Okay. Well, actually, it's no longer a minus. Let me see. When was Hawaii? Let me remember this now. Oh, this was Hawaii. So this was all the way in June. So Okay, so that kind of does give around 3 months. 2.5. Okay, so it's like, yeah, so it's like right after the update video, I was doing a bit more polishing, then I started on the back-end stuff in May. I took around a month off for a break, came back, and then finished up all of the new backend and started on the mobile app, and that's where we're at right now. So I think that makes sense. All right, I think that's the wrap to this video, or to this stream. I'm gonna work on the video now, like off stream. I'll get that set up. I'm also gonna make a, let me do that now. I'm gonna make a stream ping. So, and then I'll tell people that if they want to have it, then, you know, dev stream ping probably. We have so many roles, it's literally ludicrousy. Okay. And we can actually add it. Actually, no, I can't. Hold on. Let me secretize everything. Huh. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream. See you guys. See you. Yeah, Thursday. All right.